This has to be the dumbest fucking video I've ever seen, and I've not even watched it yet. Just from the title, a goddamn loan. Game of Thrones teaches us everything we need to know about the 2020 presidential race. Really? So we're going to have a hot English bitch riding a dragon versus Donald Trump, who I assume will be riding the ice dragon and leading the White Walkers into victory? Like, if that was our politics, I'd be a hell of a lot more happy about them. They'd be exciting. But if we do have, what the hell is Daenerys actresses, like Emilia Clarke, I think is her name. She does win the presidency. She does have to strip naked for the American public. For I am greater than the Dragon Queen. I am the Lord of Patriarchy.
Welcome back to Politics and Thrones on the Seven Kingdoms.
What the fuck is up with your hair? Jesus Christ. There's this thing called a goddamn comb. Fuck.
News Network. I'm your host, Felice of House Leon, and with us today is Michael Harriot, professor of Iron Throneology at Westeros
By the way, if this is a joke, you're failing miserably.
State University to talk about the upcoming Iron Throne primaries and general election. First, do you think that it's possible that
You do know that Westeros doesn't have elections. To become the new ruler, you have to kill the old one.
Cersei Lannister will be unseated?
Well, like Donald Trump, Cersei's Make the Seven Kingdoms Great Again slogan resonates heavily with her base, which is mostly the white working class people of King's Landing.
What?
She promotes racism by referring to the Dothraki as rapists.
Dothraki heathens who will burn your villages to the ground, rape and enslave your women.
No, she's... Okay. I haven't watched the new series of Game of Thrones, but I know what she's talking about. She's trying to rally support for a war against Daenerys. Also, the Unsullied are not all black.
She calls for a travel ban.
The main ones are the ones that are named, but not all of them.
And against the Unsullied.
Because they're all, slaves that were castrated at birth.
An army of savages to our shores. Mindless, unsullied soldiers who will destroy your castles and your holdfasts.
Racism alone should disqualify her, but her base loves her.
Okay, so
No, her base doesn't if you bother to watch the fucking show. Cersei is one of the most hated people in Westeros. That's why she has to have an undead zombie giant guarding her. Like, if you're going to make a joke, it has to, even though this is, I get this. This is a joke. This is parody. But you have to get the character right. You have to get the fucking character right.
So do you think that Jon Snow is the front runner?
You know, Jon Snow, he's basically like Beto O'Rourke. Everyone likes him, but no one really knows what he stands for. Plus, he breaks his word all the time. He pledged himself to celibacy when he joined the Night's Watch, and the next thing you know, he's smashing wildling.
No, he didn't. He didn't pledge himself to celibacy. He pledged that he would take no wife. You can still fuck a girl and not marry her. That's possible.
Cakes in the snow. Is this
Okay, that's kind of a minor nitpicky one.
your king of the north? He's also sleeping with his auntie, which voters might think is kind of nasty.
Speaking of his aunt, what chance do
Well, they're Targaryens, so everyone's cool with it in Westeros. How seriously can I take this response? But give me a break. You're trying to say that... And what the fuck does this have to do with our 2020 presidential race? Are you going to get to that? You're going to tie this joke in?
does Daenerys Targaryen have for the nomination?
Well, she's a white woman, so she has a great chance. She's the living embodiment of white privilege.
Really, the last time you guys ran a white woman, it blew up in your face. But Daenerys has dragons. She's also hot. And in the books, she's actually bisexual. Which, why the fuck didn't they include that in the TV show? Come on, Emilia Clarke, you fucking prude.
Because she was given
Like a pussy.
dragons at birth. She assimilates cultures too.
She was not given dragons at birth. She was given dragon eggs on her wedding day, and then found out that she was immune to fire, and then hatched the dragon eggs. Like, did you guys even watch the show before making this shit?
She calls herself the Khaleesi of the Dothraki because she was married to Khal Drogo for like 3 days before he died.
No, they were married for a lot longer than that. She was pregnant with his child. And well along the pregnancy. Okay? In fact, when she gave birth, miscarried, gave birth, whatever you want to call it, I believe it was a stillbirth. But the baby came out scaled like a dragon. If I remember the episode right. I haven't watched the episode in a while. But no, they were together a while. Okay, in the beginning, Drogo used to just fuck her like an animal. From behind. Until one night she said, no, fuck you. If you're going to fuck me, then you got to look at my face or something. And, whatever. Who cares? And now, granted, I'm going purely from... Okay, before all the Game of Thrones fans come down my goddamn throat, I am going purely from the TV show. I tried to read the books. I couldn't.
And went on to become Aquaman. She swears she's a breaker of chains, but travels with her black servant and a whole army.
That particular black woman chose to stay with her.
Of no testicle having black men because she kind of has a white savior complex. Daenerys.
No. She gave them all their freedom and told them they didn't have to follow her. They chose to follow her. So God forbid a black man dare follow a white woman leader. Once again, this is the Root who thinks that that black men marrying white women is, I don't know, race traitoring or something.
She's Elizabeth Warren.
What do you think?
She's Elizabeth Warren? No. Just no. She's a young, dumb, stupid leader that doesn't know what the fuck it means to run a nation. You would have had a better shot if you said she was AOC.
Think is the reason behind her strong support.
Also, Elizabeth Warren is not that charismatic. And I would rather gouge my eyes out with a rusty fishing hook than see Elizabeth Warren naked. Like, if I seen Elizabeth Warren naked, I would seriously want his big black cock.
Dragons.
Just the dragons alone?
Hey, are you gonna vote against someone who can send a fire lizard to burn down your mama's house?
Good point.
Then votes wouldn't matter. Like, if you're good, like, I don't get this humor. I don't, you know what I don't get? Why did you make this? You don't watch the fucking show because you're the Root. You're a bunch of black supremacist racist fucks who wonder why there aren't more black people in King Arthur legends, which now they're putting in for some fucking reason. But, again, just shut the fuck up. Watch the show before you can make jokes.
The Stark family as a whole has a high favorability rating.
All of this.
Not really. Not with the rest of the Six Kingdoms. Again, if you'd watch the show, you'd know this because they're the only kingdom that still practices the old ways or the old gods.
Starks are basically all of the black candidates. Bran could be a contender, but he's kind of
They're the black candidates? Really?
corny. He's basically Cory Booker.
What? Bran has the ability to see through time and space! Cory Booker decides to get up in the Senate and declare, I'm Spartacus!
Also, there's this theory out there that Bran is the Night King, and if you ask Republicans, Cory Booker becoming president would definitely be the end of the world.
No, I don't know any Republican that has ever said that.
It might also explain why he loves playing in the snow so much.
Because he's posing for photos?
Then we have Sansa, who's always being undermined by white men who want power.
No, Sansa's a fucking idiot for most of the goddamn series. Okay, lately she's become more interesting. But for the longest time, she was the most annoying character on the planet. Hell, if I was in Game of Thrones, I would have stuck a sword through her throat.
First Joffrey, then Ramsay Bolton, and I think Lord Baelish has some nefarious plans. She's essentially Stacey Abrams.
Oh my god, no, she's fucking not. Because unlike Stacey Abrams, Sansa Stark actually got better at this shit.
Now Arya, she's young. She plays the sorority of the many-faced god, which means she's literally an AKA. Kind of reminds you of Kamala Harris, doesn't it?
I don't even know what to fucking say about that. I got nothing.
Except, unlike Kamala, Arya supports the death penalty for everyone. She also wants revenge on everyone who's done her family wrong. So she's kind of in favor of reparations too.
How about
Okay, if you want to get reparations, I have news for you, black assholes. You might as well take money from yourself and give it to yourself. Because honestly, if the Democrats run on reparations, my God, give me a fucking break.
Tyrion Lannister?
Now, I like little.
Now, here's another thought, dear black people. Do you really want to keep pissing off white people? Remember, we were in an extreme minority, and yet we still conquered all of Africa in about 28 minutes. You really want to go for round 2?
T from the beginning. Even when I realized he wasn't kneeling for the anthem, that's just how tall he is, I still liked him. Now, no one would doubt that Tyrion is
By the way, you do know that Colin Kaepernick only knelt for the anthem because his fucking career was over.
smart and has good ideas, but the only people who trust him are weird white people like Lord Varys or beer-drinking bro types. Tyrion is
Really? Really? That's why his father trusted him to be the hand of the king in his stead? What the hell is this caught on? That's why, come on, son of a bitch. There we are. That's why Daenerys trusted him enough to make her hand of the king. That's why. Like, did you guys even fucking watch this goddamn show? Like, seriously. I'm 14 minutes in of a 4-minute and 45-second video. But just everything is so goddamn wrong. Oh my God.
basically Bernie Sanders.
No, he's not. Just no.
I drink and I know things.
I see, but is there a third-party candidate who could make some noise?
Definitely the Night King. He has all the support of the white supremacists who want to take over, and his followers are the real white people, you know, the ones who wear shorts and flip-flops in the snow, because most of his campaign
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, and I forget, the Root's not a racist organization.
volunteers are dead. He has a huge organizing advantage, and he has
Also, here's another thought to think of. The White Walkers nearly conquered the world till the last hero came. The last hero in our world would be capitalism. Once again, you really want to try us again, Root? Remember, it took us 24 minutes to conquer Africa. Now, there are other people that have fared far better against white people. Asians have fared pretty good. The Native Americans, shit, it took us 400 years to beat them. They gave goddamn near as good as they got. Middle Easterners, shit, they kicked our ass for a while. But, yeah, Africa fell in about 24 minutes. So, might want to rethink this. Might not be as good as you think.
As a dragon too.
When you put it like that, it seems like Cersei doesn't even stand a chance.
Well, don't count her out yet. She has a very important attribute that really matters in these kinds of elections.
Tits!
And what is that?
She's rich and she's white.
Of course.
Are we done?
Actually, no, she's not. If you had bothered to actually watch the show instead of being a bunch of black racist assholes that can't be bothered to watch anything with white people in it, you would know that the Lannisters are actually half-assed broke. You do know that. You do know that in even the show, Tywin tells Cersei, our last working mine ran dry of gold, like, I believe it was 3 years ago. So, yeah, you are aware of that. You are aware that the Lannisters were borrowing money from the Iron Bank, a bank controlled by brown people. A bank controlled by actually ex-slaves. Bravos was a secret city for basically runaway slaves to escape to. Slavery may be outlawed in Westeros, but it's still prevalent in Essos. Bravos, which basically controls the fucking world, was founded by runaway slaves. Again, oh my God.
I got some lemon pepper raven wings waiting for me in the oven.
Wet, all flats, fried hard.
Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. My God. What a fucking terrible fucking video. Jesus fucking Christ. Also, could you be any more stereotypical? Like, I'd love it if The Root was like a parody site, but they're not. They're supposed to be news. And if they are supposed to be comedy, they failed miserably because they don't even understand the source material. They're basically just racist assholes. Ah, fuck it. I'll give it 21 more seconds. Whatever. We're already into it for 20 minutes.
No problem. Thank you for joining us, Michael. Next up is weather, but I can already tell.
Alright, fuck it. I'm done with this. I'm done with this motherfucker.